video is brought to you by Plug and Drive. Click the link below to learn more about the Electric Vehicle Discovery Center and available incentives in your area. And by viewers like you. Thank you.
Enough to work with some wonderful folks over at WEtech to help bring this event on tonight. And we've got a sort of two parts to this event. The first part we're obviously going to be talking about, going to get into our wonderful sponsors and partners on this, but we're going to be talking about some really great funding opportunities that have come forward. And then we've got a little bit of a networking fun bit of a thing, hopefully we can do afterwards, and the hat of questions. But to start things off, I'm going to ask Jerry from Libro. You're the community manager, correct? Yes. Got it? All right, come on up and have a few words.
Thanks, Andrew, and good evening, everybody. My name is Jerry Delayed. I'm with Libro Credit Union, and it's a pleasure to see everybody out here tonight. As Andrew said, you know, it's good that we're back having these events again, getting everybody out. And one of the things I wanted to say is, at Libro Credit Union, we're so excited to be partnering with WEtech-Alliance on this great event and the launch of Innovation Post, an event that's designed to bring support to a lot of our entrepreneurs, to provide some additional resources that'll help them turn their ideas and their dreams into reality. So we look to our partners at WEtech to provide some great advice to help everybody along that path and along that journey of success. And on that note, Andrew, I know there's a lot of information that you want to share with everybody, so I'll turn it back over to you. Awesome. Thanks, sir.
This is actually where we're going to turn it over to Adam Castle, who's from WEtech. Adam is the brains behind the operation, and I'm going to say he's going to get all the credit and knows everything about every question you have. So,
the Outpost program that we're launching today with Libro. Actually, welcome to the first one ever. Kind of a big deal. No one cares. Everyone cares. We're going to be having a whole lot more of these over the next year, and over the next 3 years. Actually, we've got a great partnership with Libro to supply us with 3 years worth of funding to do these. We're heading to Annesburg next week, and then we're heading back to Chatham. We'll talk more about that in the next few weeks as well. I believe Andrew's got some information on it, and we'll give you sort of all the information that you need to get there. So we'll dive in. Just show of hands, how familiar are all of you with WEtech-Alliance and what we do? So a little bit? Okay. All right, so I'm not going to go through all of this. I won't read it word for word, but I will touch on our three sort of pillars: who we are, what we do, and why we do it. The first is tech acceleration, and that's really what I do. So I'm the Director of Venture Services, and I get to work with our businesses every single day. It's the best job on earth. Don't let anyone else on my team tell you otherwise. And what we do in tech acceleration is provide a number of different services for businesses that are trying to create or using technology as the core of their business. And so we do that in a bunch of different ways. We connect to mentors. We have additional sort of one-to-one advisory services. We've got a number of programs. One of them we're going to be talking about tonight. We also have connections to a really large network. This is the area that we serve here in Windsor, Essex, and Chatham-Kent, but we're connected to the Regional Innovation Center network. Sorry, I've only worked here 5 years. And we're connected across Ontario with all of our partners. And then beyond that, we're also connected throughout Canada through the Canadian Technology Network as well. And then beyond that, we're connected to TechNet, which is the Tech Councils of North America. So where you are in Chatham-Kent right now gets you anywhere through interacting with WEtech, through interacting with our partners, through interacting with your economic development staff here, because they know how to get a hold of us as well and can help you reach whoever you want, whatever market you're looking for. And that's really what we want to do with that acceleration piece, is plug you into the bigger markets and let you sort of thrive. On the talent side of things, we do a lot of events that helps to connect the university and the colleges with our employers, with our clients in many cases as well. And so what we'll do is we'll throw events that have sort of aspects to it of sort of job development, of sort of recruitment stuff, but also just really fun activities. So I know Dave's participated in our Nerd Olympics a few times as well. And so that's where we start to get into the tech community. How do we sort of raise the level and the sort of profile of technology in our community and businesses in our community in that space? we know that you don't get a lot of chances to talk and to get out there and tell people what you're doing. And so through that tech community lens, we really try and make sure that we're doing that for our business, providing a voice and making a lot of loud noise for it. And so here's the Regional Innovation Center network. I remembered it this time. There's 17 of us, as I mentioned, sort of across the entire Ontario. And it's pretty much a one-door policy. Wherever you go, we're able to connect you in with whatever's most appropriate. And while in Windsor, we specialize in things like advanced manufacturing, agribusiness and agri-tech, fintech, we can connect you with places that specialize in anything. So whatever it is that you're interested in, we can definitely connect you with the right people. So what we try and do is address companies at every stage in their growth journey, and every sort of space that they can occupy, we try and join them there. Whether or not you have a very early idea, or all the way through to sort of looking for corporate innovation and looking for ways to make your corporation, large enterprise, a lot more innovative and a lot more agile. So here's what we're talking about today, which is called the Idea Fund. Again, I'm going to go through this relatively quick, and then we can have a full conversation about it. The Idea Fund is a program that was designed to access or to provide capital and allow access to capital for companies that are smaller in that seed stage, in that sort of early stage, but also broad enough so that companies that have large projects can take advantage of it as well and participate in this program. We're partnered up with 5 other regional innovation centers across southwestern Ontario. No, not at all. Welcome. And so eligibility is pretty basic. And I know Andrew invited you here today mostly because you meet all of these criteria, but must be based in Southern Ontario, available through projects full-time. So just, are you working on your business? That's sort of all we care about there. Have you been incorporated? And if so, that's great because it's required. You must have a scalable products or service. So what do we mean by this? Scalable to us means that you can take it from this market and move it to another one. Or you can duplicate it in this market to access more customers. So if you've got a product or an idea or something that you're able to deliver to, think, 1 million customers, that's something that's scalable that we probably want to work with. We want to help you develop there because we see a lot of economic benefit from those types of products and services. We're looking at companies that have fewer than 500 employees. That's the SME sort of cutoff for the government of Ontario. It's arbitrary, it means nothing, pay no attention to it at all. And then having matching funds. So this fund is provided at $30,000 at match. And what that means is if we're showing you with $30,000 that we're going to invest, we want to make sure that you've got that match too. That match can come from anywhere. We don't care as long as you've got it and as long as you're willing to also put that investment into your company at the same time. Now, if you're from a group that is underserved or equity seeking, there is a 75% discount. So instead of the full $30,000 match, you'd be looking at matching only $7,500 on a sort of $30,000 project. Makes sense? The program component. So we're accepting 120 businesses all across Ontario right now. 20 in the Windsor, Essex, Chatham-Kent region for this year, another 20 for next. And there's still lots of room for applicants. There's still lots of room for applications. What's great about this, and versus some of the other grants that we've participated in as a regional innovation center, is that you're able to actually have a local team that's reviewing this. There's going to be people from Chatham and Windsor that are on the review committee for these grants, looking at how we deliver this money and make sure that it's accessible to our clients and to the businesses in these regions. That doesn't always happen on provincial grants, and it definitely doesn't happen on federal grants. This is something that's special that we get to take advantage of. What it means is we know where the money can go, and we want to make sure that we're funneling it into really local sources, and sources that provide a great impact to the community as well. We're going to be accepting businesses supporting through that seed fund, so the $30,000 matching. And then every business that gets into this program also gets 40 hours of expert mentorship. And what I mean when we say expert mentorship is literally what's missing in your business right now. What's the expertise? What are the gaps that you're really looking to get filled? We want to embed an executive into your business through the lifespan of this program. And we want to have them help you with whatever project you're working on. And we'll get into what those projects can look like next. So the projects are incredibly broad. And so I know the marketing around this fund has been a little confusing because we're targeting green, we're targeting underfunded, but we're also targeting sort of broad business scaling. So it's sort of all over the place. This is all you need to know. If you have a project in business management and strategy, in developing out your IT, leadership training, talent recruitment, branding and marketing, process efficiency and optimization, new product development, prototyping and product piloting, B2B sales and business development, or investment readiness and preparedness, you could have a really strong application for this fund. That's every business in here. I know you have something that goes along those lines. So we want to make sure that we're helping to get every bit of that out the door and make sure that you have access to it. So please, I encourage you to chat with me afterwards, send me an email, give me a phone call. Our applications right now are open until June 7th as well. There is a green slant to this project, and I understand it's confusing. But what we want to look at here is there an environmental reduction impact in your project in any way, shape, or form? Does it require less paper than a process that you used a little bit earlier? And will it help your business to then scale? If you can prove out those sort of 3 parts of the steps, then you can have a really strong application for this one. This just goes into a little bit more of the expert support that are going to be provided there. Basically, you can start thinking about who you want for this before you even apply. And I can go hunt them down to make sure that we've got the right expert for you when you're ready to press play on this project. So more information is at WEtech-Alliance.com/idea. There's a program toolbox that we've created that breaks down every single piece of this grant, from what the judges are looking for in terms of criteria, to timeline, when it's going to get paid out. All of that is included in there. I encourage you all please to take a look through it, and if you have any questions, I'm here to take them. But we're looking at the timing here. So applications do close on June 7th. I'm going to say give yourselves about 2 to 3 good hours to submit an application, to do it well and to make sure you spell check. When you're going through the program, the first tranche is going to be delivered in July. Everyone will be notified whether or not they were in by June 29th. We'll also have resources for any project that doesn't get into the fund, of how we can help you sort of deliver it in some other ways. So WEtech can be really creative with the resources we provide, and so there may still be funding in there for mentorship if you're looking for it. There's definitely funding in there for one-to-one advisory work. So please just reach on it. Here's my information. I'm going to be here all night, and I have cards as well, so you don't really need it. We also have additional mentorship hours at WEtech that can just go towards your business on other reasons too. So there's lots of sort of expertise to tap into. And something that I've noticed as an economic developer in our community is that these grants aren't always well aligned with the communities that we want to serve. So if it doesn't fit, let me know that as well, because I want to take that back to the government, to the province, and let them know that we can do these things differently too, to better serve our communities. So I'm open to feedback. There are no hurt feelings here tonight.
So some of the questions that have come up. One, can you apply this to programs you've already started to invest in, right? So can you backtrack in terms of the $30,000 if you've already started to spend something on something?
Yeah, so if you have a project that's already in the works and you need an additional $30K to get it past the line, or you want to invest another $60K in it, and 30 is sort of where your sweet spot is, we can accommodate that. If you've already made the spends, we can't do it retroactive or proactively, I'm sorry, retroactively, whatever it was. We're not able to do that. So you can't actually go back through it and claim stuff that you've already expensed, but you can continue to build onto existing projects as long as the funding isn't coming from directly another government program. So the only other thing is you can't stack it, which is...
Is marketing. Can you use this on not just, so you've invested in tech,
yeah.
Now you want to promote it and get it out there and talk about all the great things.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know, say you've bought a wonderful piece of property and have been putting tons and tons of investment into it, and you want to promote it out there. I'm not asking the question for you, but I am.
That's okay. Yeah, if you can prove that the marketing is part of your business scaling and reaching a broader market, then there's definitely an application in there for you.
So just to build off of that, you know what I was going to say is I was going to say that my business is not heavily dependent on technology, but I'm wrong. Like, we have to market our business. So just to back up, I own a cottage and cabin rental business in Uriel. So we're not producing a product, we're providing a service. And so when you showed the list in your presentation about the criteria or the topics that would be covered for this grant, I was a little nervous. So if we could go back to that list and maybe you could delve in a little bit further about each of those bullets, or at least some of them, and then maybe it would get the juices flowing about how my business and everybody else's businesses here might.
So I can explain a couple of the programs that the applications that I know are running through on the side of marketing. And the only thing about marketing is it's not our favorite. Marketing is such a black hole. You could provide $40,000 in your marketing budget and still need another $60,000 by end of year. And so we look at this as there's an aspect of this that we want to make sure that the funding becomes something sustainable. Is it going to provide your business something that makes it, provides it help to evolve kind of thing to that next level? Or will it help to future-proof it, for example? So if it's marketing that the spend is on, then what are parts of your marketing plan that can become sustainable? Is it bringing in someone, a new body, to run that marketing for you, even if it's part-time? Is it looking at some other different strategy to sort of create marketing that's long-term? Maybe it's buying long-term placement ads in a magazine, something like that, right? Having that longevity sort of aspect to it. I know it's a lot to ask for 30 grand, but unfortunately it's just the sort of the way the cookie crumbled on this one.